I was standing with Billy Devaney near the end of practice down here, and he said, "This doesn't look like a first day practice to me." And really, from a year ago, the comfort level and the starting point is so much different. That's pretty neat to see. We still have to grow. We still got to find the right depth charts. We got to get all the parts put together on special teams. There's a lot of stuff to do, but that part of it was pretty good.
What's your message to freshmen? Guys who were in high school kind of used to being the band, having the headlines, and now you got to you're in this big group fighting for a job.
Well, that's an ongoing message that basically started the minute that they got here, and if you have any awareness at all, you begin to see it. But you're right, that it is the preparation for that. What we initially do is we encourage them, however, to come in here and compete to play. Don't come here to redshirt. Don't come anticipating the redshirt. Come ready to go, because there will be 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that we don't redshirt. I really believe that. And so who that is exactly, we obviously don't know. We have an idea a little bit, just watching guys work out and knowing where we need help, those two things. But we really want them to come in with some confidence, ready to compete, to try to find that spot.
Mike, one day, obviously, but did you watch guys like Stoltenberg and Jones and Mornay kind of see where they were at?
Yeah, I will obviously get another report from the coaches, but to me, they looked, all the guys that had the off-season stuff, like Mick, and like DeMornay in particular, looked pretty comfortable. I did not notice anything that would, give me pause, I suppose. But again, tomorrow will be a better indicator in some of that as they come back and do it again. That was a pretty. There was some running in there, but it wasn't a real physical practice, obviously, and that's not supposed to be. That's why we're in shorts, and it's part of the rules, and we didn't go that long, so, but we want to build into it. But I think those guys are good.
Hey, Mike, that other safety spot next to Nathan Gary, where are you at with that? It seems like that's kind of one of the more wide open spots on the defense right now.
It is. Well, you guys know we did not redshirt Aaron Williams and Antonio Reed. They played, and then Kyron Williams made a move in the spring that was good. So within that group, am I leaving out anybody? Within that group right there, I think that there's going to be 4 viable guys, and my guess is by the time we get into sub defenses and situational defenses, all those guys might play.
Hey, Mike, on a day like this, what are you looking for on day one in your sheet?
Well, we're basically looking for the production of installation. That's, and we'd like to see some playmaking. We'd like to see good timing on the throws. We'd like all that. We were obviously a little bit rusty on some of that, hooking up with some individual type throws. But a heavy deal here that we want to get done is get plays in, and so we have a schedule, a timeline that we're kind of under there. We'd like to get a good bulk of the inventory of plays and situations put in the first 4 days, because we're not even in full gear till the 5th day. Yeah. So if we can get a bulk of the installation inventory put into the deal, then it starts the repetition and some competition with the offense against the defense. So you put it in, you're putting it in against air most of the time, or against even a mock scout team, your own offensive players playing the defense. And then it gets amped up a little bit as you go, and then you finally get into the team periods when you interact and you go ones against ones. And now you're basically rehearsing these plays we just put in, but against some competition. So it's a kind of a process. I think it's probably, I used to be kind of silly with the inventory of too, a little bit too ambitious. I think we had a pretty good idea of exactly what we wanted to put in: some tailback runs, quarterback runs, a couple deceptive plays, 3 or 4 screen passes. Our base running plays that were mostly zone plays, inside zone, outside zone, the bootlegs that come off of those. We kind of put in series today, and a few drop back passes that we might use on 1st and 10. So in general, in our past, not last year, but even before, we're down in inventory a little bit, but that's actually a good thing. You have to be selective. And one thing about being, I guess, experienced coach, there's a lot of stuff in that inventory, and so you got to kind of be careful. Well, we studied last year. We took some stuff that looked good, that fits who we think we're going to be, and then we studied some people, added a few things that we think would help that whole situation like that, and but it's what we hope. It's a good variety of personnel group changes. Who runs the football has some variety with it, and that we are very selective with our situational plays, our red zone plays. When it's 3rd and 5 and we got to throw a touchdown pass, on the 5-yard line, what's going to be our identity there if we're just going to drop back and throw the ball? It's 3rd down. We got to throw it back. We got to drop back and throw it in the end zone. What's it going to be? And so the selection of those plays and then the repetition of them, that's the key. Well, I noted that there has been last night's team meeting all day today. Great enthusiasm for coming out here and working. I think it's all been good. I'm not going to try to say that it's what everybody needed. I don't know that, but I do know that enthusiasm has been good, and they did a nice job today.
So are you guys that have had soft tissue injury history, like veterans like Van Der, are you careful from the talk?
Yeah.
Kind of knowing the history that some of these guys have?
Well, we talked a lot about the entry today, not overdoing it. That's why the practice was really about an hour and a half. So not over amount of running. Those people like that, we were very careful about guys like him or others on having excessive special teams work today. So, we want to make another move. We're trying to find a better way all the time about preventing those soft tissues from springing up on day 3 of camp is usually the day.
That was the key.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can succeed a little bit this year. I never have. So we'll see. All right, guys.
What's your plan with Tanner Reed for the fall camp here? How do you work him in?
We I liked what we did today. We had 2 huddles going. We had the 1st and 2nd team in a huddle, and we had the 3rd and 4th team in a huddle. And so Riker and Tommy had the 1s and 2s, and then Patrick O'Brien and AJ Bush and Tanner Lee had the other huddle. So I thought that was good. We want to find every way we can to get as much training for him in camp, because he's not going to get a lot of it during the season. So as much as we can right now, and get him integrated into what we do, and then try to give him as much individual work as we can. You guys have a good night.
Thanks, Mike.